Hello everyone and welcome to PvP Dinner Theater. I'm Hillhouse and tonight we'll be making Mongolian chicken with a vegetable brown fried rice and playing a little Overwatch. Let's get started. Let's start off with what I consider to be the most important part of this dish, the sauce. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. This is a critical ingredient. You can make it yourself, however I recommend just buying it. You're also going to need 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 cup of soy sauce, 1/2 cup of water, and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. You'll also need 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, and I recommend that you smooth that into a little bit of cold water before you add it to the sauce. Mix all the ingredients well and set that off to the side. So let's go over the rest of the ingredients you're going to need for this dish. You'll need about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of cut chicken. You can use chicken breast or chicken thighs, whichever you prefer. You're going to also need 6 to 7 green onions. You'll cut those into 1-inch pieces and you'll separate the firmer ends from the soft pieces. The firmer parts take a little longer to cook. You're going to need about 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. This is to coat your chicken. We'll get to that later. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, and you'll need 1 tablespoon of minced ginger, and you'll also need some olive oil. Okay, so we have all our ingredients together. Let's get started. Your next step is to heat 2 tablespoons of oil in a large pan over medium heat. I use olive oil. You can use avocado oil, vegetable oil, peanut oil, whichever you prefer. Then you want to take your 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. You want to sprinkle that over the top of your chicken, and you're going to go ahead and mix that thoroughly until all of your chicken is completely coated. Okay, so now our oil is hot. We can go ahead and add the chicken to the pan. We're going to spread that out and let it cook. And while the chicken's doing its thing, let's go ahead and play some Overwatch. Okay, so now we're at the point where the chicken is cooked, and we're going to go ahead and add the other ingredients to our pan. First, you're going to add your garlic, and you're going to spread that around. You're going to make it even, and you're going to go ahead and saute that for about a minute. And I got to tell you, there's nothing better to me than the smell of cooking garlic, especially if it's fresh, if it's minced. It's just a great smell in the kitchen. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to add your ginger to the pan. You're going to saute both of these for about a minute each, and then we're going to go ahead and add our sauce. Okay, so now we're ready to add the sauce to the pan. We have sauteed our ginger and our garlic for about 1 to 2 minutes, and everything's cooked up nicely. You're going to stir the sauce around, coat the chicken really good. Now this is going to thicken up, but what you want to do is add the firmer pieces of your green onion to the sauce. You're going to let this simmer for a little while, and that's going to tenderize those harder pieces of those onions, and then we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so it's been about 2 to 3 minutes. Our sauce is nice and thickened up, as you can see. And we're going to go ahead and add the softer pieces of our green onion to the pan. Now what you're going to do is stir those around. You want to coat them evenly with the sauce. And you almost want to get to an al dente. You don't want to overcook the onion, but you don't want to undercook it. So I'd say about a good minute and a half, 2 minutes, and that should be fine. Okay, so the Mongolian chicken is sitting off to the side. We've got that covered, and we're going to go ahead and make the vegetable brown fried rice. Of course, you're going to need vegetables. We have a cup of chopped onion. We are using white onion today. You can use yellow, green onion. You can use shallots, whichever your taste prefers. And we've also got a cup of chopped mushrooms sitting here. I use all sorts of different kinds. I like all mushrooms. It's really up to your taste. The beautiful thing about fried rice is you can add almost anything to it and make it your own kind of recipe. We also have a cup of green peas. We have 2 cups of brown rice. We have some soy sauce, some garlic powder, olive oil, and we have an egg. Okay, so we've added 2 tablespoons of olive oil to our pan. We've turned that on to a medium setting, let that get nice and hot. We're going to go ahead and add our onion to the pan. We're going to soften those up, let them saute for about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so we've sauteed our onions for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now we're going to add the mushrooms to the pan. You're going to go ahead and coat those in the oil, stir them around, and saute the mushrooms for about 2 to 3 minutes also until they're a nice golden color. You don't want to overdo them, you just want them soft and a nice golden color. So our onions and our mushrooms are nice and sauteed. They're ready to go. We're going to add the peas to the pan. So you're going to go ahead and add those in. You're going to fold those with the other ingredients. You don't want to mush them up, so just gently fold them in, get them hot, and we'll move on to the rice. Okay, so now you're ready to add the brown rice to your mix. Now the brown rice is made ahead of time, so it's going to be a little bit sticky and a little bit clumpy. Same thing with white rice. So you're going to break that up as you're adding it to the pan. That way you're not doing a lot of mixing. If you mix it, you're going to end up with mush, and you're not going to have that traditional fried rice look. So now we're ready to add what's probably the most well-known ingredient to fried rice, the egg. You're going to make a hole in the center of your pan. So you're going to spread the rice and the vegetables to the outer edge, and you're going to crack that egg right in the middle, and you're going to let that cook up. You're going to scramble it up while it's cooking, and then we're going to stir that all together. Alright, so our egg has been scrambled. It's mixed into the dish. Our peas, mushrooms, and onions are sauteed. Our brown rice is nice and hot. What we're going to do is go ahead and add some garlic. Now you can add up to a tablespoon of garlic. Me, I prefer to start with about a half of a tablespoon. I don't want it to get too much of that garlic taste, but just enough so it reminds me that I'm eating some takeout. And you're going to also add about a tablespoon of soy sauce. You're going to do all of this to taste, so whatever your preference is, that's what you're going to add to it. And you're going to mix that all up, and then we're going to go ahead and plate. All right, everybody, so here you go. Mongolian chicken with a vegetable brown fried rice. I really think you're going to like this recipe. Make this for your friends and family. I promise you that they are going to swear you ordered takeout. They're not going to believe that you made this. It is that good. Now, this is not a low-calorie version of the dish. However, I'm sure you can change some things. You can make it to your liking, your seasonings, etc. You can use honey instead of sugar. Whatever you want to do to it, I'm sure that it's going to come out great. If you have any comments, please leave constructive criticism in the comments. I'm more than willing to listen to anything. I want to make this channel as good as it can be, and I'm going to be coming out with new content every week. So please like, subscribe, comment, and from PvP Dinner Theater, this is Hill House. I'll see you later.